Well, gang, this is a Friday, the last Friday in February, I might add. What I'm doing today is I just want to explain why I'm glad I did not vote back in November, because today is a good example why I didn't vote. And I better be careful how I say all of this, because in this day and age, hell, I could be arrested, I could be deported, hell, I could even be shot. But someone needs to tell the truth, and the truth is that after watching Donald Trump blow up at Zelensky, who fought hard, over these last few years, ever since those assholes in Russia invaded his country, he's been doing everything he can to defend it. And boy, oh boy, according to Donald Trump, he doesn't see it that way. Well, he kind of does, but he's pretty much telling Zelensky, your country wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for us. Obama sent you sheets, I sent you javelins. And then you got Vice President dumbass Vance, off to the side, saying to Zelensky, you're being disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. And if I was Zelensky, I'd ask him, so Vance, how did your show Hillbilly Deluxe go? I heard that was a big hit. Yeah, I saw an article on Yahoo a while back that he didn't do a very good job explaining it like how it originally happened. Imagine that. Old Vance just put crap together and probably thought it would stick. Now, this is one thing I do agree with the Democrats on, believe it or not. I can see why they refer to Donald Trump like he's Hitler. Well, he acts like he's, the big dictator. He acts like he wants to bully every other damn country in the world. And he thinks he's just so powerful and so special because he's the president of the United States. He can pretty much do whatever he wants. And I agree, too, that is a good that we do not want him with his finger on the nuclear bomb button, do we? No, I don't. God knows what he would do. And he's just so arrogant. Those beautiful buildings in Ukraine would still be standing if I were to have been president. If I were still president, all those beautiful buildings in Ukraine would still be standing today. He's so full of himself. He acts like the shit don't stink. In the meantime, while I was yelling at Zelensky, you got Vice President Vance sitting there off to the corner. Oh, you're being disrespectful. And you know what his job is? You know what his job pretty much is? Just sit there, look pretty, while he's sucking the president's dick. That's what the vice president does, I bet, too. They just sit there and let the president run their mouth, while in the meantime they're just sitting there like sucking their dicks. Like, oh, life is good. This is the best country on earth. I'm glad I did not vote. I'm glad. Because we would have been fucked either way. We got, our one candidate, Vice President, former Vice President Giggles, has to laugh her ass off about everything. Ukraine is a small country. Russia is the bigger country. Russia invaded Ukraine. That's the problem. Yeah, like a first grade school teacher telling everyone how Russia is the bigger country and Ukraine is the smaller country. Yep. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell us that. And then you got, President Trump, who's an insulting asshole, who thinks he's so full of himself. If I were president, everything would be perfect. Everything would be good. The economy would be good. We'd be making our money. Oh, we would be making so much money on that oil thing that I wanted to do. But that dumbass Biden, he had to terminate everything I do. Everything I did, he had to terminate it as soon as he took office. And day one, he scratched it all out on a piece of paper because it wasn't his decisions. It was mine. And now he's trying to take credit for what I've done. Oh, that's Donald Trump. He likes to be so full proud of himself. It just amazes me what kind of what kind of crap goes on in our government. We have the most corrupt government in the entire world, and they act like they don't care. All our government is a bunch of senators and senates, senators and congressmen and all of this, bunch of politicians who think they're high and mighty by making money and being so powerful, and yet they're the biggest assholes on earth. No matter which political party they're from, they're always going to be a political asshole no matter what. So I say we should just cancel our government, meaning each state should have its own little government. We kind of do, but I think having a big government is a big waste of time anymore. Nothing gets solved. They point fingers at everybody and they bicker and bitch and call people names and, oh, you did this, oh, but your president did that. It's like, why the hell do we even need a government? They're all a bunch of corrupt cocksuckers anyway, and they are. You ever watch C-SPAN? I have. Some of that's pretty funny. It's like watching Saturday Night Live, but unlike Saturday Night Live, this is actually real. Saturday Night Live is script, while our government in their old, in their testimonial hearings and everything, it's all real, and that's not script. Believe it or not, that's how they really act, like a bunch of 5-year-old, who can't get along at recess on the playground. They act like who's gonna fight over the last little morsel of the cookie that's still in the box. That's how bad our government is, and that's why I'm glad I didn't vote. And before I sign off on this, deep down inside, when President Trump got grazed by that just one little bullet back in that day and on that Saturday in Pennsylvania a few months back, a part of me thought that was funny as hell. You know why? Because he just stands up there all arrogant, and then the bull goes, he's like, and then it almost looked like it was a movie, like a movie plot, like it was script. It's like, just by the look on his face, and he's like, and another thing for our campaign ad, we got to have that T-shirt with bloody old Trump with this pumped up fist, Trump for president 2025, and the sad part is we still don't know who's responsible for that screw up. Oh, you got the Secret Service saying, oh, it was the local law enforcement. They were supposed to go out and do their job. And then the local law enforcement says, no, it was you guys, the Secret Service. You guys were the ones who dropped the ball. As Clark Griswold would say, I don't really give a flying fat ass who's responsible for what. We just want answers. It's like, it's like we really don't give a fuck whose fault it was. We just want to know who did it and who's going to be held accountable for. Oh no, they just had to point fingers back at each other because no one wants to admit that they made a mistake, and that's another issue that our country needs to confront, is that all of our politicians and law enforcement and everything, no one wants to making a mistake. No one wants to come out and admit, hey, I was the one who screwed up, blame me. No one wants to do that. Not in this day and age. I liked life on Earth a lot better before 9/11, 2001. Before 9/11, 2001, everything was nice. Our music, our food, our movies, our TV shows, those were the best stuff we ever had, especially in the 80s and the 90s, I might add. And the prices for gas and everything were just right. Now everything's all blown way out of proportion. You got gas prices rising every freaking second of the day, and then you got inflation on top of that. Plus it costs to ship at the post office. It costs to ship anything. It's about almost a down payment on a car anymore. It's like, yep, no matter who we vote for, this world is going to be screwed no matter what we do. That's all I have to say, is that we're screwed no matter what. Well, look at the picture. Republican, Democrat, or Independent. Make up your mind. We're all screwed. Thanks for watching. I can't help it, but we're all screwed. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye.